The unique heavy armor. Regeneration. You're a 14 instead of 13. Speed is 55% on one. Mine's better. Put all this in our stash chest. So is that it? Is the quest over?
And the fire shows me something new.
Secret. Let's save it and check our quests. I guess it's over. I must have missed the notice. Yeah, it's that dragon. Soul Twin Dragon. Turn to Stalwart. And another Stalwart quest. Dragon. I'm gonna find out where that is. No, I keep missing that. Syrian Falls to Pearlwood Bluffs. Let's get out of here and go find that. It's the quickest way down. Take the long way. Oop. We'll go down. We check his throne room? Nah, let's just go. think we go here. Let's see. Where's Elm Shore? Says, let's see, travel to the Outer Arc to initiate a vision at Elm Shore. Already did that. Varus. I need him in my party to do this. Let's see, right, I'm sure.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
So let's kick her out, bring him in for now. Might have put him in too late though. Supposed to get a journal, but I think it's with all the messages. Jeez. Durance has a twisted ankle. He needs to level. Jeez. How many levels are we doing? Talent. spell. Survival. I didn't know I had to level him up this hard. I wouldn't pick a weapon yet. There. Sheesh. Okay, let's see. It just says travel to Elmsmore. I think I'm too late for this. Travel to the north side of Northweld. Near the entrance of Northweld Cave. I'm supposed to have Sengani also. I think I'm all too late for all these. Where is...
I must say, I'm impressed.
So,
Very well.
miss him. Root her. And we'll go back to Northweld. Level her up. She is... Give her a stealth. Swift aim. More stealth. More of that. -1 to ranged. Defense will be unstoppable. Eight points to stealth. Ranger ability. Do this vicious aim. Or stunning shots. Let's see. Stun the target. Let's do that. And now you get athletics. Not gonna do companion, so we'll do body control. Or we could give her, it's bow and arrow. Poleaxe, flail, war bow. Where's regular bow? Adventurer for a war bow. And another one, let's see. Give her another stealth. Vicious aim. Done. She's a hunting bow. She doesn't have a war bow. Anyway, it says travel to the north side of Northweld near the entrance cave where hunters have mortally wounded white stag. You decide what Sagani will say to Persok and influence the game ending. Persok must be here. Pearlwood Bluffs. Maybe I'm doing this out of order. Let's go to the bluffs again, I guess. That was here. I thought we cleared all this out.
Do these look like the cliffs from your vision?
There. Now maybe we can do it. Here? As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Parasok. He was here not long ago. Sangani stands alert, the Adra statuette in one hand while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persok's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You see him running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around the rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast. You can't make out the details between the blurred greenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persok finally stops in front of an Adra arc. Do you recognize a natural arc made of Adra? They got similar. They got something like that out in Ire Glanfath, across the water from Twin Elms. I know where to look for the next one.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persok is now.
Nope.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year.
But what are you hoping for?
Someone who'll give us soft beds and a hot meal when this is over. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard that he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of those impossible perfect heroes from the Aider epics. People will remember the things about him that matter the most.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persak passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She kicks another pebble over the edge. Itumak follows its arc, his ears forward. Persok accomplished a lot that affected all the music. Masuk.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persak was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Perhaps this is less about him and more about helping your village move on.
Perhaps you're right. Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him?
He was someone I trusted.
Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Enough chatter from me, or Persok will find himself a new body before we even get to this one. Let's go. Here's the next one. Hydra Arc looms in front of you just as you saw it through Persok's eyes. Pangani turns, watching the trees for movement. As the arc slowly falls over you, the wooded shore fades into a different scene. You're standing in another forest. Blackened bare trunks claw their way out of the soil and keep a solemn vigil over the young trees and tender shrubs. You move slowly through the woods and the ruins scattered throughout them. Stone pillars and broken arcs show the bone of some destroyed building. Between and amidst it all are elves and orlins, their faces painted and their bows drawn. Burnt trees, crumbling ruins. Where is this? I'm glad you don't recognize it. That suggests you haven't been lurking around ruins where you don't belong. Heravis eyes you intently with a wagging finger of Fade lecturing. Sounds like you're describing the desolate stretch in the mountain slopes north of Twin Elms. Site of an old battle where the War of Black Trees. From the War of Black Trees. I've seen the next location.
I'll follow you. I always get a strange feeling near the end of a hunt. Like an itch on the end of my nose. I feel like we're close.
You sound surprised.
I am. After all this time. A part of me had already accepted that I'd never find him. That I'd be stuck wandering like this forever. I'll admit, I didn't believe you at first. Still didn't until now.
Then let's press on. Of course. I just gotta figure out what I'll tell him. I'm sure you'll know what to do.
You sound like my mother on my wedding night.
Eh. Anyway, here's to finding our men soon. Onward. Down this way. And up to Northweld.
The figurine. It's glowing.
Oops, you guys went the wrong way. You come upon a clearing and see a group of Glanfathans standing in a circle. Singani glances from the address statuette to the hunters looking for a connection. Meanwhile, the hunters turn and notice you. Their bows are drawn. Does the name Persok sound familiar to any of you?
What kind of Estrom foolishness is this?
They step aside and turn to you, and as they do, you see something on the ground behind them. Lying amidst the ferns is a white stag. Dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble with quick, shallow breaths. You feel a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar. Before you can speak, something thumps to the ground. You look down and see the Adra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Arc's shadow.
Gani draws up beside you, her wide eyes fixed on the dying stag. Eder realizes what he's seeing, and he covers his mouth. Sorry, Singani. One of the hunters takes a step forward, and Singani raises her bow. An arrow knocked.
Any closer and you'll bleed out next to him.
Her voice is low and tremulous.
I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
If you're gonna do this, you've got to hurry.
I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Doesn't matter what you say, he's dying, and you're doing this for your village. Her face grows still. She kneels by the fallen stag. Placing her hand on its head, she begins speaking. Her voice is steady and measured, and her words are guttural and unfamiliar. At first, you think she's reciting a poem in her native language. After a moment, you realize that she's listing the names of every person in her village. At last, you hear her speak her own name. The stag takes a final shuddering breath and falls still.
If you've finished